landlord was trying to evict me because I had exposed him to the housing authority here in Toledo. He had been overcharging me for rent, and it was an emotional roller coaster. It took a toll not only on me, but my children too, and their mental state at school, their behavior, my mental state, my dealing with everyday life. It was hard. It was hard.
Before I got to legal aid in about 1999, I was approved for the state buy-in program so that they would pay my Medicare premiums. And ever since then, I had been trying to get them to pay it and give me my back pay.
Things were deteriorating in my marriage, and I don't think I could hide it anymore. People were figuring it out. And as far as my checkbook was concerned and the bills were just piling up, I didn't really let anybody know about how bad things were when it came to either my marriage or my money situation.
I was feeling very depressed, like I didn't know what way to turn. I was going through counseling and I was having a hard time trying to keep a job, and then my counselor hooked me up with legal aid.
I came to legal aid for help because I was having problems with my husband. He was very controlling physically and mentally, and that's why I came to look for help.
The value of legal aid programs to this or to any community is to provide access to our system of justice for everyone, not just those who can afford access. By providing open access to our system for all persons, regardless of their economic or social status in life, we guarantee a respect for the law on the part of all of our citizens, and therefore that the rule of law will always prevail.
And it's important not just to the clients and to the lawyers who work in legal aid and to the clients who receive the benefit of the representation, but it's important to all of us in our society because we live by the rule of law. It means that everyone is bound by the same rules, and that means everyone must have access to those who implement or enforce the rules, to the justice system. And so we sometimes lose sight of the fact that legal aid representation is important to us as a society, not just to those who receive the representation.
Of course, a program like legal aid makes justice tangible. We all say pledge allegiance to the flag and we end with justice for all, but legal aid assures that there will be justice for all. So to me, it's fundamental to our American way of life.
If there were no legal aid, there'd be a lot of people who would be paying out money unnecessarily or not knowing their rights as citizens. And when I found out about legal aid and I was explained about my rights as a tenant and his rights as a landlord, I understood that I did have a lot more rights than I understood I did.
I had somebody in my corner, I felt like, because if I had to do it on my own, I wouldn't have known what to say or what to do. And Lisa really fought for me. I mean, it seemed like at the state hearing they were trying to tell me, well, this happened and that happened, and then Lisa stepped in and said, look, it's not my responsibility or my client's responsibility to figure out where you made your mistake.
Cindy did tell me a lot that I never knew. With school fees, I never knew my school fees would be taken care of. And then I called Cindy, and then I got my money back. So she did make a big difference.
I remember how scared I was. And I even would say to Kaser, when he gets the papers, I don't know what I'm going to do. What if he gets mad? What if he blows? What if something, what if he does something That's not good.
No es fácil.
It is not easy because I never thought I was going to be divorced. I always thought we were going to be together forever, but never divorced. And now, I thank God because everything is fine.
The most rewarding part of my job is being able to help my clients in resolving their problems, being their voice in court. Like, for instance, for a divorce or a domestic violence client, freeing them from their spouse who has been abusing them for years. In eviction cases, being able to help clients retain their subsidized housing when the landlord is being unfair.
I mostly represent community organizations in utility matters and environmental matters. And at the end of the day, what we want is to have helped them solve their immediate problem and leave them a stronger community so that they're better able to take on their own problems in the future.
When I think about access, I think about opening the door and eliminating the barriers for our clients and being a voice for the voiceless.
It's particularly satisfying when you see the community come together to solve a problem, learn a lot, and feel stronger and more capable when you're done working with them. That's really satisfying.
I think people who work here, who come to work here, are committed and dedicated to the kinds of services that we provide. And they feel good every day answering the phones and knowing that they're providing those services to people. We have a saying here that we're a lifeline. So the fact that we're throwing out that lifeline is just something that makes them feel good about what they do.
When I first met Lisa, I was very impressed. She had a very professional attitude. She treated me with respect, and I thought that I wouldn't get the respect.
Cindy's a very caring, loving person. I would always turn to Cindy if I need the best advice. She's not just a legal aid to me, she's just a very special friend.
Legal aid has been a great help. I recommend it to people who have a problem like mine. It has been a great experience for me. I feel confident with Sarah. She is a good person. She has helped me a lot, thanks to God. I trust her very much. When I know of somebody who needs help, I always recommend legal aid because you truly help me. I am strong thanks to God.
Being in the courtroom, whether it was for bankruptcy or for divorce, having my attorney right there next to me made a big difference. I didn't just have an attorney, I had a friend. I don't look at these attorneys as attorneys. They are my friends.
Mary Ellen just wasn't a lawyer representing a client. She's my friend, and she at that time, and even now, she's my Rock of Gibraltar. It's true.